man, level 2 now.
Yeah, man.
So, you guys, did any of these going into level 3, did you have to postpone anything?
No, because our shows never fell into that level 3 gap.
Yeah.
Yeah, but last year there was a lot of our,
Oh.
yeah, obviously a lot of our matches, I think 3 months worth of shows, yeah, were cancelled. Yeah.
That must have been pretty tough, eh?
Yeah, we really can't hold any shows unless it's level 1.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh.
We got a show next Saturday, so hopefully this week's level 2 and then they'll change it to level 1 on Sunday.
Yeah.
Man, I'm guessing, bro, surely.
Just as long as there's no one going to KFC or breaking the rules, or, let's just try and be quiet and big, you know.
So during level 1, is it like constant weekly thing? You go and
The shows?
do the show? Or?
We have shows every month, so once a month.
Mm.
Yeah, then just trainings
Okay.
once a week.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we're always just working up to the shows. Yeah, so this month's one is next week, and then yeah. Oh, but then it's not. That's just for IPW.
Oh, okay.
There's also other promotions like SPW and Warrior Wrestling Warrior Wrestling Academy.
Yeah.
Yeah, so, but they have their shows not monthly, but like kind of like up to them when they want their shows to be held on.
Mm.
Yeah, SPW's got one next month, April 3rd, and yeah, I don't know about Warrior Wrestling though. But yeah, the SPW was on at Queenstown, so I come for that, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, that crowd's rowdy, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're crazy.
Because I remember Macau, he came on this podcast,
Yeah, yeah.
and he was telling us about the different
Promotions.
different like IPW and SPW.
Yeah. Yeah.
But there's other ones out.
Yeah.
But,
There's heaps.
But IPW is the biggest one. Is that the biggest one or?
Yeah, that'll be one of the first promotion in New Zealand.
Mm.
Yeah, it's one of the biggest with SPW and Warrior Wrestling. I reckon those 3 are the top 3 running in New Zealand right now. And then you got the other ones like CPW, UCW, Hughes Academy, Maniacs. It's heaps, man. Yo, that's crazy.
But it seems to be like we were talking to Macau, like these all start from just fans of wrestling.
Yeah.
Like you see, the IPW started with a couple of guys who loved the wrestling, and they decided to
Yeah.
do their own sort of
Yeah.
thing. And,
That's
and all these other guys like do the same thing and start their own. That's how it started. No?
Yeah.
It's pretty.
Well, I think you have to wait because, I mean, it's not like WWE is setting anything up here. Eh? Like it's all about the passion of the fans and that. Eh?
Yeah.
I think someone needs to do a Vince McMahon and just go and get all these promotions together and just have them under the one umbrella because that's what he done. Eh? Pretty much back in the days, there was NWA and AWA and that, and all he did was go and poach all the best talent from them and come under the one.
And make it one.
Yeah. Because it kind of sounds like how wrestling was back in the days. Because wrestling was, over in America, it was all territories.
Yeah.
Like, if you're from the South, the Memphis and that,
Yeah.
that's this family, and then the Crockett's, and everyone just like, don't come over here, and we'll be alright, but we'll take some of your guys. And then when Vince McMahon bought it off his dad, he went, nah, I'm going to go worldwide, man.
Yeah, man, top all of it.
And that's why can't, so he can do that.
Huh?
I mean, that's what we should do, eh? West Wrestling or something.
Yeah,
Taking all the guns and the big guns, eh?
and that's what I mean. Like, it hasn't been like no one's has done that,
Yeah.
And it's doable. It's doable. Like,
Well, I think it's trying to build up all the promotions up to a certain level, because your one is probably the one I know more about because I follow you on Instagram and use it always. Use it on YouTube. Who does all that kind of stuff? Because I see the graphics.
Yeah.
And I think these were on either Multi TV. Something like that.
Yeah.
you guys were on Duke Game.
Oh, SPW, SPW was on Duke. IPW was in Multi TV. Warrior Wrestling was in Multi as well. There, we had an interview with Tagataese Pacifico.
Yeah.
That was pretty cool too. Yeah, no, each promotion is doing their own things to try to expose, but like with one purpose in mind, and that's just to push New Zealand wrestling as a whole. Like they're trying to do it in their own way, but like all together we're just trying to push New Zealand wrestling, make everyone recognise that New Zealand wrestling is also here to play as well. So yeah, they're all doing real good with it as well. So yeah.
So you reckon in the future, like there could be a time where they all come together as one?
Yeah. Hopefully, I guess so. But it's not as strict as like Vince did and that, because they're actually like an actual business with contracts. But we're like independent wrestlers, so we were able to wrestle here in IPW, Warrior, SPW. Just for exposure of our wrestling name and our career here in not only in Auckland, we can go SPW in the South Island and grow our name over there and try to get everyone in New Zealand to know us and stuff. So I guess that's cool in a way, not just if I started in IPW, I just wrestle in IPW.
Yeah, that's a cool thing.
Yeah, that's pretty cool too.
Yeah. Well, SPW, that's down. I saw it. Yeah. Because you're the SPW champ. Are you still SPW champ at the moment?
Yeah.
And the IPW champ. Yeah. So you're the big dog and the and the RD. How's that, man? How does that feel to be like two promotions? Because that's like because I understand you're going to Bellator, winning the belt there, and then coming back and winning the belt in the UFC.
Yeah, true.
And those are the two bigger promotions. So
yeah.
How does that feel for you, so man?
Man, like just blessed. I didn't see it coming. I thought I honestly still see myself as a rookie. And then for them to to see that much potential in me and stuff, really gives me a vote of confidence in myself. And yeah, I just fortunate and blessed to be champ for two major promotions in New Zealand. And I just hope that I'm doing them justice, being the head of the top guy of IPW and SPW and stuff. But yeah, it's truly a blessing, so there's no way I can put it other than being blessed.
Because when Miguel came on, he was like I think either my brother or Cameron, he mentioned your name and he straight away, you could tell his eyes lit up like, yeah man, he's the future.
Oh, true.
And this is probably about a year ago, because I know it's definitely before COVID, eh?
Yeah, definitely. It was 2019.
Yeah. So when we first started up, he was
one of the first guests.
He was one of our first guests. So you're behind Liger.
Liger.
Behind Liger, you're a second.
But I remember him talking about like how, because he was a Pacific Islander in the thing. He was a professional New Zealand wrestler.
Yeah.
And he was thinking how there was a lack of Pacific Islanders doing wrestling, and we're probably the best kind of people to be professional wrestlers with our physiques and all that, and how we are.
Yeah.
So, but he was real excited when you came, because he talked about like how some Pacific Islanders come and they don't like it after a while.
Yeah.
And they just quit.
Yeah.
But when you came, he said you were so awesome that he said, man, I gotta make sure this guy stays. But you were passionate anyway. So,
yeah, of course.
So you stayed anyway, but he was happy. He said that he was happy that a guy like you came and
cheers, man. Cheers, Lego.
Yeah, but is that still the case?
Yeah, of course. Because I'm honestly still passionate about wrestling. It's the only thing I want to do, and going into the tryout when I first found out about wrestling and finding out that this is what I want to do like for the rest of my life. Like I had nothing else to lose. I was honestly working like a 9-to-5 job. Even after graduating college, I didn't even go to uni because none of the topics or studies interested me. For some reason, I don't know. For some reason, I just didn't see myself doing uni and that. So, anyways, I just worked to help mom and dad out and that. And yeah, I just found I worked job to job for some reason, and just trying to find something I'm into and stuff. But then none of the jobs really gave me that kind of passion and stuff. And then that's when that's when it got me thinking, like, what do I really want to do for the rest of my life, and what kind of career do I want to pursue? And then I really had to dig deep and study what like study me, you know, and then I had to study what I wanted to be as a kid, as a teen, and that's when I realized like there was only one thing I wanted to be, and that was be a wrestler. But you know, as a kid, I was like, nah, that's impossible. So I'll just look at wrestling as a fan, not as a guy trying to be it as well. So yeah, that's when I was like, is this what I'm really gonna do? And yeah, that's when I looked up wrestling. And found IPW, took the trial, and ever since then I've been passionate all the way, because you know there's nothing else. Because I really did do a massive study on myself, and that was honestly the only thing I want to do. And I've been passionate ever since and stuff. And I think just the one goal in mind that I had coming into this was give it my all and see where it goes. You know, I just want to see where this whole wrestling career goes. You know, if this is as far as I'll go, then I'm just going with the flow, really. Yeah.
But there's a long-term goal the way. You know?
Yeah,
that's I think what everyone knows.
Yeah.
You know, the big leagues.
There's So the dream is really is to hopefully become a WWE superstar. But I just want to see where it goes. See if it's really see if this is really meant to be and stuff. Yeah, but I totally agree that we do need more islanders in the wrestling scene, because like I think we are naturally gifted in this kind of performing art of professional wrestling. But I think growing up in New Zealand, we're only looked at as rugby players, basketball players and football players and stuff. But also, like growing up as like, you have heaps of friends, like you have church friends, school friends, neighborhood friends and stuff. I think I was the only one that stuck with wrestling. Like as a kid, people will talk about wrestling. Yeah, the rock bottom. And then you grow up, and then now they're playing rugby. Now they're talking about chicks and stuff. Now,
Is that bicep? Much?
That's bicep. Yeah, bicep, mate.
It's your fake kid. You're just 8 years old.
I mean, who wasn't, but a lot of all my friends grew out of wrestling, and I was the only one that stuck with it. People would be like, still watching WWE, they say the F word. And I was like, no, man, I still love it, and I think that's why Mikhail said that some islanders do come in and they lose it, because I think they also see that side. If they were to stick with it, they'll get mocked as well.
Oh.
Yeah, because, like, when people find out, like some of my friends find out that I'm doing this wrestling thing, I get this feeling that they're giving me that kind of vibe, because, oh, that's cool. That's like, but isn't that, that's all, acting, like you plan your match, like they're trying to subliminally, give me those kind of vibes. Yes. I think that also plays a part with some islanders that want to do it, but they're too scared because they might get mocked and stuff. But man, you just gotta stick with it. If it's a passion, then just go for it. And I guess that's why I'm also trying to promote while I'm doing this whole wrestling, is trying to prove to everyone that to not be afraid to pursue your dreams, no matter how crazy it sounds or how crazy it seems. If anyone, like, there's gonna be a lot of haters and a lot of mockers and stuff, but if you're passionate about it, just go for it, and you never know what will happen. I guess fear always plays a part, but not with me, because it's the only thing I want to do, so I don't care about it.
Even now, there's islanders still come showing up to start wrestling. They don't come after a few trainings, and is that still happening?
Actually, I haven't seen much. I haven't seen any islanders come to tryouts ever since me. We've had Modis. That's cool too. One of my Modi mates that started with me, he was out for a bit because of injury from rugby and stuff, but now he's back, so that's cool to have him back. His name's T-Hawk, by the way.
It's kind of sad when you say, like, people, some islanders, you think that some of them, scared to carry on because they get mocked and that. When if you think about it, like the people you're there with, the other wrestlers, that's your community. That's your chosen. Well, that's what you love doing. That's what you want to do. You're with other wrestlers. And that's your community. That's your support group. That's what you guys are doing.
Exactly.
And just stick. Why not stick to what's real? And that's real. To the person that loves to wrestle. Instead of thinking about the outside, because other people got jobs and do their own passions. It's got nothing to do with what you think, what you love to do. So isn't it easy to block that out and just go back to your mates in wrestling and be with them and encourage each other and all that? Like, I mean, that's, to me, that's a simple sort of thing.
That's definitely what I do as well. Like, I just avoid those comments and stuff. I don't get why they look down on wrestling when they're a massive fan as a kid.
I've noticed like wrestling kind of goes through phases as well. Like if you're truly a fan, like when you're younger, you'll still be able to pick it up now. Because me and my brother, we still watch. Wrestling.
Nice.
We still watch it. Like I try to keep up to date. I don't watch it every week. But like I follow it online. Like I follow, the dramas between WWE and AEW at the moment. But I think the other thing that people don't understand is that there's a lot of work that goes into wrestling. Because you've got to remember, I think it's like you said, that F word. The F word that they don't understand that you've got to build up your story, you've got to build up your character, and because you're planning all this weeks ahead. And the other thing is they think it's the F word, but you have to take real bumps. They don't understand that, they always say that it's like fake and stuff, but like honestly, it's not really much of a sport. It's more of an art, Exactly. That's what people don't understand. Like, you're telling a story.
Exactly. That's pretty much the point. We're telling a story through wrestling. People don't understand that it's not fake wrestling. It's real entertainment. Like there's a massive difference between sport and entertainment, but we're entertaining through wrestling, and that's what people don't get. It's like more of an art form than just a sport. So
because you've got to do your promos. And that's a big part of it too. Like that's awesome. It's awesome how you put it. It's awesome how this guy said how you both agree that we're built for this. Because if you look at like Islanders, Samoans, Tons, when it comes to like follicles and and all that, man, we're just natural entertainers. Look at
exactly.
We like to, because wrestling. If you see like one of the Rock's biggest draws is he's funny. When he got on the mic, even now when I watch all his old promos, man, he just. He doesn't miss a beat. He goes, bro, that guy is just, he hits every mark. And that's what I love. And like we said, Islanders are made for that stuff. And I think, I'm really, really, mate, I'm just proud and just in awe of you, because you have to, whatever insecurities that you have, you'd have to either bury them or overcome them. Because you're getting on the mic and you're in the zone. You're putting on the character. It's not like you walk around and you're the man. Like, what are you looking on the body slam in the middle of the scene? It's like you said, it's an art form. You've got to, when you go to the ring or when you get on that mic, you're Jamie Tagataese. And then when you come off, you're the man. But when you come off, you're just going to be Jamie, your mum and dad's son, or the boys with the rest of you. How is it? Is it hard for you to switch it off?
No, it's quite easy. I think growing up, doing my Sundays. I think that helped a lot. Like because one white Sunday you play a king, one white Sunday you play a slave. You play Satan, then you play Jesus. I think that played a huge part in me to switching it on and off. And it does. There's this part of me before I do my promos. I get into character and I always think like, man, my friends are gonna mock me for doing this, because people are gonna look at this video and they're gonna be like, the heck. what is Jamie doing? I know the real Jamie. He doesn't do it. Yeah, of course I don't do it. It's the thing, and either way they'll just mock me or whatever. But I just had that mindset where like, nah, this is what I'm doing. This is for my goal. This is for my dream. So I'm gonna just do it anyway. Despite what people are gonna say about it, you know. And what you said about you know, we're born to entertain. Man, I honestly agree with that, Because we grew up, like, our culture is like to serve, right? And to provide the best hospitality you can provide in your household when guests come over. You know, we're born, we're like raised to serve guests and in a way it's like, you know how you say, like, for example, back, you know, my family we're broke, but whenever guests come, my mum and dad, they try their best to like show that we're not broke. You know, like use the good tablecloth. Bring the good plates in.
You get the cabinet and pull out, you know,
So we're trying to serve them the best, but it's also kind of like entertaining, like, you know, trying to show off to them. So like that.
I probably can't think of any other art form out there that captures everything that Pacific Islanders are good at in one thing.
Yeah, exactly.
The physicality of wrestling.
That's right.
The
theatrics.
And the theatrics too. So everything is all, we already got it.
Remember, with WWE, this the Samoan lineage there, you know? They talk about that line. You know, they talk about Peter Maivia and
Yokozuna,
and Rikishi, you know, all that. Or the what is Roman Reigns' last name? Joe Anoa'i.
Anoa'i,
they talk about that lineage. And that just shows, you know, that, man, we're made for this. Like, Pacific Islanders are made for this because, in a way, it's we like to have fun as well. And I think, you know, people talk about, man, as Islanders, man, we just like to, we like to be serious, but at the same time, there's a bit of, you know, we like to clown a bit. And I think that's what wrestling is, because The Rock, man, I mean, all those guys. And you look back at all these guys that have made it, all the Islanders. You know, there's also some Islanders over at New Japan, There's New Japan wrestling. There's Haku-san there. We're all worldwide Pacific Islanders, You know, the cool thing about you two is that there's probably a kid out there. He's probably going, you know, because wrestling, kids, you always pick it up when you're younger. And there's a kid like, is this feasible? Can I make a living of this? And then they're going to see you and go, oh, there's someone, he's from here too. Sounds a bit like me. Like, you know, I can do this. And I just hope that, you know, you go on to, you know, you know, bigger and brighter things. You know, once you get to that performance center, that's the end game for some guys, you know? Because Daniel Vito. Daniel Vito. Right. Is he still wrestling in
NXT?
NXT.
He's still there.
How's his character? How have you found him? Is he inspiring for you?
For sure. I think he's probably the first Samoan Australian to make it in NXT or WWE. So that's real cool, and he actually followed me on Insta, which was pretty cool. I was like, oh snap, he followed me. And I put it on my story because, hey guys, he followed me. And he messaged me. He was saying,
that's awesome.
So it was cool as he told me to keep grinding and stay on the stream and stuff. I was like, oh, thanks, Sus. I'll try. I'll do my best and hopefully see you one day. Yeah, man. But he's doing real good and it's definitely a motivation for me to keep going with the stream and stuff and hopefully become the first ever Samoan Kiwi to make it in the NXT and Performance Center and stuff.
There's another wrestler from IPW that's over in the Performance Center, the female, what's her?
Dakota Kai?
Yeah, that's it. Sorry,
she's doing mean. She's the first Samoan Kiwi female. So that's cool as. I think she's the tag. She won that Dusty Rhodes Cup. Over tag partner. That's real cool. That's
a big honor too.
Massive.
You know, the one thing I love because that Dusty Rhodes trophy.
Yep.
It's like this old, those big Karate Kid looking trophies, like back in the
Yeah.
day. But it's still, that's just overboard. And then you think of all those church games that you go to.
Oh,
and ACV and the same. Like,
It's the same thing.
The trophy subtitle, like silly. You know, that's typical Islanders.
Yeah, man.
Overkill, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that must be inspiring for you guys too, because she's from IPW.
Exactly. Right? She started in IPW, and then she made her way to the performance in NXT. Now she's like Dusty Cup tag team champ.
You know what's cool is that guys like Daniel, her, and I know there's a couple of Australians there. They kind of take that, you know, when people like casual fans or people like the same people that go to you, oh really? So you're doing wrestling? And when they see someone like Daniel Vito do it, they go, oh, even these leagues are doing it. You know, this is big time. A lot of people, they don't. When people kind of question that, they don't realise how many people actually are trying to get into the big time, You know, they kind of. That's what I hate about people being dismissive, but not being educated about it. Because they need to know this is big time. You know, you sign that contract. You know, that's 6 digits. You know, and people are like they think wrestling's that's all demolition and all that. Nah. No man, it's big time. You know, it's once you get on that, they nurture you. Because I remember I watched when they first opened the performance center, the Triple H, and I saw what goes behind the background, what goes on in the background. Hey, it's awesome. Like, they teach you how to get on the mic. They teach you you eat there, you stay down there, and you know they pretty much. Once you're in the system, they because they have to, because they're investing money in you. They've got to do their best to make sure that you get to the big leagues. And if you look at all the people now, they're all from mostly through the NXT system.
He like Roman Reigns from the NXT system. All of them, Seth Rollins and all that. Man, the NXT does really help with building your character and a career for them. So
I think the biggest, the one that I really wanted to have a bigger crossover was Finn Balor. Because remember when his entrances when he pulled this out at NXT? Because I was kind of like casual then, but my younger brother was like, bro, you got to watch this. When we watched it, I was like, okay. I can see this transition over to WWE, and it did, you know? And that's the one thing, you've got to hopefully get a gimmick or just something that people are going to really pick up on, eh? Have you ever thought, is there something that you've got in your back pocket, like, I know this is going to work for ads? Because I know Daniel's doing the big, going off the before, He's
doing this whole Samoan thing. No, I think there's, in my opinion, there's like 2 ways to go about it. You either go into like a full-on alter ego of yourself, you know, like the Undertaker and that, Finn Balor's alter ego and stuff, or you become yourself, you know, or yourself maybe times 10, you know, like the app version, the fighting, that kind of fighting spirit of yourself and stuff. And I think that's what I would like to go for, you know, as just a fighter, and that brings a different kind of style, hopefully.
Is that similar to Mika? Because his character is Liger. Which is not like, he doesn't walk in like a Samoan. With his Samoan stuff. He just comes in with his mask and like that kind of thing. Like a totally different character.
So that's his like kind of alter ego when he puts on the mask and stuff. But I never really looked at myself like going in as like full on Samoan, you know, because I believe that by the way I look and walk and talk, people should already know that I'm Samoan. I don't have to come out with tights with patterns on and face paint and ulalifu and stuff. Like that's cool for Daniel and that, but like I don't have to. I just believe that people will know that I'm Samoan by the way I'll walk down that ramp and stuff, and talk, and I don't have to like come in all that island stuff.
Yeah. Well, I think 'cause that's pretty much been done as well.
Yeah,
When you
that's
think of
what,
Usos,
exactly.
I mean, it's funny because all these kids probably in Germany and Russia, they're talking, yeah, the Usos, and they don't understand that that's, they must think that's an American word, but it's not.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
Samoan. You know?
Yeah.
It's
Because
100% Pacific Island.
yeah, so the Usos have done it. Umanga and
Samoa Joe.
Samoa Joe.
Yeah.
See, but like, whereas The Rock, Roman Reigns, they haven't really portrayed anything Samoan, but you know,
That's right.
You know,
All
there's
they
some,
do, yeah, exactly.
you
No,
know,
that's a,
yeah.
that's
So
a
I'm
real
just
good
trying to
point.
find the balance between those two, I guess, and go meet in the middle somewhere. And yeah.
Is that idea from observation? Your own observations?
Yeah. Like, I don't want to be like generic, you know, like going as like, are you someone? Yep. Oh, okay, so you gotta come in like.
Yeah. Well, that was back in the days, the Sika and they came in and they were eating fish, raw fish. And I was like, okay, we get it. But you know, I guess, but no, because like anything, society's changing.
It's
back
changing.
then, that's what they thought about. Because they savages, the big hair, walking out those set of eyes, you know, patterned tights and.
That's because I do keep an eye on WWE, and I see each character. Like back before I even started pursuing this, I always watched it as a fan, like just watch the characters, watch the match. Oh, that's a mean move, da da da. But now they're actually doing it, and every time I watch wrestling, I watch like how they move, the structure of their matches, and I also like look into their characters, and I see I always look at these guys made it. I need to see what they bought, what they bring to the table.
What the appeal is, what their appeal is.
What they bought in order for them to make it there, and I try to like take pieces. I try to take like that kind of originality for myself and stuff, and try to see what I could bring that's different as well. But like it's just kind of me like just looking at that and then see what I could bring and then apply it here in New Zealand wrestling. So I guess that's why I just wear just the normal tights and stuff, and not like too like Samoan and stuff.
Well, I think the other thing here is because in New Zealand, like we're the biggest Pacific Island melting pot in the world. It would be hard for any person in New Zealand not to know. Oh, I think he's Samoan. You know what I mean? I don't think you have to do that. We don't need to know that you're Samoan because we deal, as bilingual, how I deal with Samoans and Tongans every day. So to me, to us, it's a given. Unless, that's why it's crazy that you go down to Queenstown and Avondale, even those guys will go, oh, you're Samoan. So I guess the why they do that worldwide is because they want to take those characters to Europe and because, we still, I don't know if a novelty, but like we're still kind of like, oh, but where's this person from? Samoa.
Samoa.
But I guess that's the cool thing here. Is that you can build just your confidence. I mean, you can build your character up because we don't need to know the background. We know where Samoa is, or we know that what Samoans eat, or because we see them on the news, on the sport field. So I guess that would be the upside for you don't have to worry about that stuff.
That was a good point about The Rock because right now when you mentioned it. I didn't even think of it. I didn't think that he was trying to be someone,
You already knew. You were only on Hobson Shore when he done that. See here. When Fui, the guy Fui, on Instagram.
Who?
The guy Fui, the Instagram star, and he done this video mocking it, and that's what what's the car? The car one. And he was doing this finance or something. Finance. And I remember that was one of the first episodes that I helped him with him. And we were just talking about, did The Rock really need to do that? Because we already know, And I said, that's awesome that he's he tried that. Someone in Russia goes, man, that's so beautiful. He speaks so eloquently. Every other someone's like, well, something. It was hard.
Did you guys notice in that scene it went from dark to like daylight?
Yeah.
Oh, I don't get it.
So I think he must have started his speech about 12. He finished it at 6, you know.
I actually noticed that right there and there. I was like, wasn't that dog just 2 minutes ago? And then it started raining.
But it's funny because we watch it and they're like, oh, you know, hey, good on the rock, but because we know, you know, because you're brought up like you said, White Sunday. If you sounded like that when you're doing your pepper, mate, you're not getting the KFC. Because you're just getting the fuck. Damn it, I thought I had all the marks on that.
But it was good that he did that for us and stuff.
Because other people will appreciate it. You know, hey, the people in Europe or, you know, America, like, oh, that's pretty cool, you know, their culture. We know that because we're brought up on that, you know. So that was the awesome part about that thing. Because The Rock, it's funny because he never really pushed it during his wrestling. Yeah. But now that he's big time, well, he's always been big time. He's like, trying to push his culture, which is awesome. You see him on those late night shows, and he's singing, you know, Samoan songs. He's got that video of his mum and that. That's, you know, as a Samoan and as a Pacific Islander, man, that's putting us on the map. That's, you know, makes us proud. So.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. So when are you gonna do one?
How many years has it been now? You've been in with the IPW? How long have you been with them now?
Since 2017.
Oh,
Yeah. So I trained with them the whole year of 2017 and I started wrestling in 2018. So I've been wrestling ever since 2018. 4 years now? Yeah.
I wanted to ask you, sorry, a question. You know when you went for that tryout? How many people were there?
Oh, there were heaps of us.
Hey.
Yeah, I think that was
I wanted to ask you that before, like what was that like?
Oh yeah, I think that was the biggest tryout class ever, I reckon. I think so. There were heaps of us, almost 20 I reckon. Yeah, but man, going into that tryout, I knew, I honestly expected the worst case scenario because that's how my mind works. I just always expect the worst case scenario, and that's definitely what we went through. I was like, man, we went for a long ass run, and then we did like about 112 squats. Man, I've never done more than 30 in my life until that day. Man, bro, after 30 we keep going 31. I was like, okay. After going past 50, and then we finished at 100, and I was like, oh, 101. It was like so late. And then they just stopped at 112. But man, it was like brutal that tryout, like. But then again, I never did any training. You know, like I was active as a kid in that, but man, training, that trial was lethal, man. And even our first time bumping and stuff, it was a good thing I did some research on like what wrestling tryouts would be like, you know, and I saw this video of Triple H teaching them how to bump. So what I did in preparation for that tryout, I would go to the Eastdale Park, out in the fields late at night, and I'll bump on the grass.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I was like, if I can handle this, if I can handle the grass, I'll handle the ring. I'm like, okay. I did my rolls, and I practiced my rolls on the grass as well. So yeah, lucky I prepared for that trial, but it was still, you know, like had my heart beating out my chest, man. But it was good, you know, it was good fun, and especially, I think, like, even though it was hard, I really enjoyed that trial because that was the first time I was surrounded by guys that were into wrestling as well.
Yeah.
You know, like I went into a trial, I filled in my details on like the paper and stuff, and I was just introducing myself to some of the other guys that came for the trial as well, and they were like, how'd you get, we're just talking about wrestling, which was real cool. Like, man, I was just so happy that day, just talking about wrestling with like people that are into wrestling as well, still, and around my age as well. So yeah, that was real cool for me, and yeah, that was a good try though.
Any of the guys that you met there, are they still with you at the moment?
There's 4 of us left.
Damn.
From that class.
Yeah.
Like from that trial, I think about 10, maybe 10, just over 10 made it to stay for IPW, and then as we went on, week after weeks, months, one would drop out, and another one would just disappear.
Yeah.
And then eventually there were 5 solid, and then now 5 solid, and then there are 3 of us, and then my Māori mate that came back from injury. Now there's 4 of us. So yeah.
I remember the Undertaker, he came on Joe Rogan late last year, and he said that when they do those tryouts or when you go to those camps, they purposely make it hard as a way of weeding out the weak. You know what I mean? So they'll make, like, the guys that were left, they're the legit people.
True.
Because, you know, there's going to be a lot of kids, well, you know, I might just give this a try. And, you know, those are the first ones that go, oh, you know, 10, 11, oh, I'm not doing another 101 squats, you know. Like, I'm out of here, mate. But, you know, you stayed because, you know, you knew what you wanted. You know? And he said that on Joe Rogan. He said that all these guys paid all this money to go, and he just used to, they just work you because if you really, you know, if you really wanted to be there, you know, that was their philosophy. You weed out the weak. So all the weak people go, all the ones that were genuinely there because they love of wrestling, they want to make a career of it. They're the ones that stayed and went through with it. So that's like a perfect example because there's 4 of you left. You're the real. You were the real deal. You know. That just shows there's over 20 years and only 4 left. It just shows that a lot of people it stops the casual people who aren't fully into it, Because I mean, you remember Michelle's been doing it for years, You know?
Man.
So that's the cool thing. That's what made me think of when you told me about that story because mate, I can't even picture going over 15 squats, you know.
It's like Navy SEAls and they ring the
hard
bell.
up.
And they give up, they ring the bell.
Yeah.
I've seen that in movies.
There was G.I. Yeah, that's right.
Man.
Yeah. They should bring that into IPW tryouts. They can't go pick up 12 squats. Get over there, ring the bell.
Have a bell in the middle.
Pick up your bag.
Hang up your boots.
Hang up
your boots. Come with boots. Or hang something.
Make sure you walk past everybody when you're carrying your bags.
Hang up your underwear or something. Get out of my face if I ring your bell. Oh no, that's a mean. That's why I asked you because I was thinking. I wonder if they apply the same philosophy here with the tryouts here. Because especially with something so like specific in wrestling in New Zealand, you know, it's a pop culture thing. You'd think that they'll be like, oh, we'll just get anyone. But it sounds like, nah, we're not going to get. We just got to be sure that you know, we get the best that you get. You know.
You know, just thinking about just your trainings and that, like learning the craft in your first year. You know, it's all technical, and it's all about safety too.
Of course.
You know, and how to make it look like it's dangerous, but
Yeah.
do tricks to make you safe
Yeah.
at the same time. So that's pretty interesting.
How long did it take you? Like you're saying, how long did it take you to be comfortable, like giving someone a pile driver or doing the Ric Flair slaps or the chops or
like I've on like I don't know how, but for some reason I've been fortunate enough to catch all these things that they gave me pretty much straight away. You know, like in the tryouts, they taught us rolls that I've never prepared for, like side rolls and back rolls and stuff. And somehow I didn't think about it. I just did it. I just went for it and then like you'll hear all the trainers they were like, oh, okay. I was like, no, yeah, and they'll teach us like the bumps and then I was straight away comfortable with it, and then when I made it to the trainings, they'll teach us all these moves, and I've just been fortunate enough to pick it up straight away and be comfortable with all the moves that they give me, or at least majority of all their teachings and stuff. There were definitely a few things that I needed some work on, but I was fortunate enough to be one of those guys that picked up a lot of those things fast, and I think a lot of watching throughout all the years helped me. That honestly helped me, because like watching, for some reason my mind works in the way where like when I watch it, I kind of know how he did it. I kind of know how he did it safely as well, and Plus, there are heaps of guys that they're lighter than me, so that kind of helped me.
Yeah.
Whereas if they're trying to scoops at me, I was like, oh, sorry for your scoops. That's gonna look pretty bad because of my weight.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Who are the main? You know, when it comes to training and that, who are the main guys that taught you how to do all the bumps and all? Like, who are the main trainers at IPW?
So at the tryout, our trainers were Alfred Valentine and Macau.
Yeah.
Yeah. So those two were like actually my first two trainers. Yeah. In IPW, and then we had heaps of trainers for IPW because we have the beginners class, intermediate, and advanced. So I went through all those classes and went through different teachers, which was all they all have like a massive knowledge for the game and stuff. And there's heaps of trainers like there's Jake Sheehan, Charlie Roberts, Liam Fury. They all taught me a lot. And for Warrior Wrestling, we have Tohinade. If you guys don't know him, he's NJPW star. Started off in IPW as well. Yeah, and then now he's a master star in NJPW, which is the second biggest wrestling company in the world.
Yeah.
So that's
Japan,
so that's cool. But man, because he's wrestling there, he always comes back and forth from Japan and that. But he always finds time to train us and stuff, which is real cool.
Man, that's awesome, man.
Yeah, like he's really like him creating this Warrior Wrestling Academy has given us an outlet for us to make our way to all these other these opportunities that we could go to, like NGPW or WWE. You know, man, his trainings are pretty brutal. Like minimum squats 200.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then when he's feeling a bit frisky, alright, 500.
Oh.
Yeah, like no joke. We'll do 100 and then 100 sumo and then 100 normal, 100 sumo until with 500. Yeah, man, his stuff's like intense as, man. But like because he's taught from NJPW, so of course like.
Well, those Japanese, their style's different from the WWE.
Yeah, they're definitely different, but he knows where I want to. Toy United knows where I want to go, so he always tries to meet me in the middle of the kind of style that I need to know in order for me to be prepared for where I want to go. So yeah, he's been looking after me, and I've been honestly grateful for him and stuff, and yeah. That's
so cool, eh? Like, some guys, they don't, you hear stories of people that make it big and they go and they never come back. They don't feel like an obligation to get back. But this guy's coming back, starting up the Warrior, that promotion, and then showing you the ropes, because I hear all those stories, like hear about Japanese when they train, they're real meticulous. They go through this routine and they just do like 400 of this, 300 of this. You got to do all these kind of bumps, and he's in that system. He can bring the best of both worlds too.
Yeah, man.
Is that have you ever thought about if that came up before the WWE? Would you contemplate that, going to New Japan Wrestling? Or?
Yeah, man. Yeah. Like if at this point I'll honestly take anything. Like if it leads me to a massive career, especially with that kind of promotion, it's the second biggest, so I'll be stupid to not take it, And you see a lot of guys that go from WWE to NJ or NJ to WWE, so obviously I'll take it, for sure. Yeah,
because you see those guys, the cool thing about wrestling, people that follow wrestling is they try and follow all the promotions. So when you get guys like AJ Styles that go over, who go and Finn Balor that take Bullet Club over to WWE. People are already waiting for that kind of stuff. Hey, that's the cool thing. Like, there's an opportunity now. If you make it big if you go there first, people in WWE are already going to know about you. Right?
Yeah, exactly.
Who do you think is in New Japan Wrestling could cross over to WWE now?
I don't know if they could.
Or if they've got a following that you think they could take over. Because remember with Bullet Club, they tried to take Bullet Club to
Yeah. Yeah, oh man, like, you know, WWE have been trying to get some of the HPW, you know, like Docs Fale, Tony
Yeah.
and that. Yeah, Jay White would be pretty cool. He's a Kiwi too.
Hey.
Yeah, he's a Kiwi and I think he's the IWPG champ. But yeah, he's a massive deal in NJPWA, and I don't know if he could, because all the like looking, because I actually do watch a bit of NJPW, and man, all the wrestlers they're like real loyal to the company, man, because like Seu AKA says that they really look after you as well over there, and there's a lot of respect that plays into NJPW, like the crowd plays in that kind of aspect of watching respectfully and stuff. Like, have you ever seen a NJPW match?
Yeah.
Like,
So
they're quiet.
Yeah, it's quiet.
They're quiet until like, not like a massive spot, but like a moment. They clap in the moment. They don't clap to spots.
Yeah.
I say like you go through a fast-paced thing, and then you do a face-off like, oh, okay, well that's a matchup, and then you hear the. Oh. yeah, it's like, oh man, so it's a totally different world between the NJPW and WWE. But like, it's cool as, man.
Yeah. No, that's so cool, because wrestling, like you said, like, man, you follow. Everyone's got a soft spot for wrestling, and there's always that one. You know, there's always haters, eh? Oh, this and that and that. Until you go, so come over, body slam. Oh, yeah, it's fake. I'll put you through the floor. You know, I just think people would have a better appreciation if they realised what that change it. They don't think of it as a sport, think of it as an art. Or they think of it as a like, you know how WWE put it, it's sports entertainment. Yeah. Because that's what it is.
Yeah, exactly.
Because these guys are putting on, you know, they're doing, they're using soap operas and wrestling and comedy, and you know, they're trying to tie them all together. And you know, you've got the twist, because you've got to have a plot twist at the, you know, at the end or in one of those stories. So you can see why wrestling fans are loyal as well. You know. But it's so it's awesome to be part of it. It must be for you. I know that you were trying to do crossover promotions, wrestling with a promotion over in Australia. Before COVID. How was that? Were you able to make it over to Australia, or did any of them come over to New Zealand for?
We had some so the promotion in Australia is MCW, Melbourne City Wrestling, I think that's what it is. Yeah, we've had a few of them come over for IPW show and SPW show, and SPW held this massive event called Southern Rumble, where they had the SPW champ versus the MCW champ. I wasn't there. I wasn't there at the time, but that was a massive event for both Australian and New Zealand wrestling. So that was pretty cool too, and I think the Australian guy Slex. He won both titles and took it to Australia. Yeah. Man. So that was pretty cool, like to have that kind of rivalry. And then that forced one of our guys from SPW to go to Australia and get it back from that match. Yeah, so that was a pretty cool story. Man.
That's awesome.
I really like that one.
Man, if it wasn't for COVID, like how cool is it that we could have had a Oceania champ. You know, like back in the days, and it's so cool because what you're doing is they would have been promoting guys like you can make a career of, because you're going over to Australia, you're coming over here, and one thing New Zealanders love, beating Australians. You know what I mean? So we're gonna turn up if you put that Trans-Tasman rivalry on the thing and you built that up. Everyone's. We'll be tuning up for that, man.
Yeah, and plus Australian wrestling is massive, man.
Yeah.
Like WWE looks over Australian wrestling more than New Zealand wrestling, but like, you know, they've got some mean ass talent. Like they've taken a lot, actually quite a few of the Australians in for WWE, like you know, Daniel Vito,
I know there's a female.
Yeah, there's a female.
I follow her on Instagram.
Oh, she's so cool, eh?
Yeah.
Rhea Ripley. Yeah, she's the man. She's so good, man. Yeah, so like all these Australians are like getting into WWE, which is pretty cool, and for us to like have this whole rivalry with Australia could potentially have some eyes as well.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah,
because all it takes is one good match between you and
whoever
top Australian guy, and they're going to go, well, look at this, or anyone from New Zealand. Hey, it's just about because it's funny because Australia, you'd never think that was a hot spot for wrestling if you didn't say, or if you didn't already know that there was a lot of Australian wrestlers and the performance today. Who is it like? If you see any other places in the world, are there any other places that it's really blowing up? I know wrestling's big. It's huge in India.
Is it?
It actually is.
It's huge in India.
Fans or
fans.
Fans.
It's fans, bro. They love it.
They love.
Yeah. That's why
that's crazy.
WWE, like that's why they had what's his name, the Indian champ. Bro, look, he looks like he's on roids or something. Hey,
Jinder Mahal.
Yeah. And that's the reason why they had it, because India, like. I remember reading somewhere like the numbers in India. Well, look how many people they have there.
I think they're the most youthful country ever.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
See, and they love wrestling, man. So WWE, they're only gonna go where they know where the money's at.
They're smart, man.
I don't know. He's not top of the game. He hasn't been at the top like that for so long without knowing what to do.
And also I think definitely UK's poppy.
UK's always been
they've always been big on wrestling as well, especially when with WWE NXT UK. They got UK. They've got an NXT center in UK, which is pretty cool, and especially for the wrestlers that want to make a name for themselves in the UK, they can just instead of going all the way to the US to make it, they can just go to NXT UK. But hopefully they can make a NXT in Australia at least.
Oh man, that would be. I'm pretty sure that would be in the books, because if you want to get, the best, the best talent worldwide, those are probably the three hotspots, eh? Because you need Asia covered, you need Australasia, that pretty much. And that'd be so cool if you could have. You'd have to do the COVID every test under the moon. Hey, another question I wanted to ask you is that how did your parents react when you told them? Because we're Samoan here, so we already kind of know when it comes to Samoan parents. If you were to say to your mom, "Oh, mom, I'm just going to go do wrestling for the rest of," I can picture my dad. How did your parents take it?
My dad's always been the chill one. So he just goes along with whatever we want to do. If we want to do this and that, you listen. Okay, son. Okay. But then my mom, she's like, she's a strict one. So obviously she wasn't on board with the whole me doing wrestling thing. She was like, don't that talk, man.
Oh, shucks.
I don't get it, man. My whole family, like all my aunties and uncles, even my late nana, they've always wanted me to suit my become a minister. I'm like, what about my brothers? What about my cousins? I'm the only one they look at from my generation.
Okay, Jamie. Made highlights. But what?
I'm like, what about my cousins? That's so. For her to hear me say, "Oh, mom, I'm doing a trial for wrestling, and I just want to see where it goes." She was like, she was a bit upset and stuff, and she was just like, my me. She thought it was a waste of time and stuff. But I just told her that there's nothing else I'm thinking of that I want to do. There's nothing, I don't want to do anything else. So yeah, she obviously she couldn't stop me. So yeah, I just went for it. Like I mean, it wasn't. It's not like I quit my job for it, you know. So I guess she just let me be, but she was still upset about it. But you know, I think it's mostly because she thought it was gonna be a phase, like a waste of time phase. But still, you know, the more I went to trainings every week, and then for that whole year, and then I finally made shows, finally got to wrestle shows, and then she saw me on Facebook and stuff, and then I think when she saw that I was sticking with it, you know, and I think that at that point that's when she was like, oh, so you're really serious about this, all right, son. If you're really serious about this, then okay. So that's when. So that is when she started being my actually my #1 fan.
Oh man!
Like she's coming to all my shows now.
Yeah.
And she's pretty much the loudest out of the crowd. Like, like tell any one of my wrestling mates, they'll know my mom now. Cause by the time of her scream and stuff. Man, she's crazy when it comes to me wrestling. Yeah. Like it's cool, you know. Thanks for supporting.
Yeah.
I bet I can.
Oh, nah, I'm gonna come and watch this next time, you know. But that's awesome.
Yeah,
and it truly is
of course.
And I think that's in most cases because you know there's always that one parent like because you've got to have balance somewhere, and you've got to have that parent like okay, let's be realistic here. Okay, but I think the way that she saw you, how you're called Anga to it, it's like, oh, this guy's a serious guy. Hey, and then for her now to be your #1 fan, that's oh man, I think that's Samoan moms for you.
Yeah, exactly.
Like you always
they always give you the no at first. Yeah. Like even like when like you see these rugby players and football players and stuff. You know, like they might as well say, "Oh, why don't you just get a job at the office or something?" Yeah. And then they end up being your #1 supporter, which is real cool and stuff. Yeah.
You know when you won when you first won the IPW.
Yeah.
About you knew about it. Did your family come to that one?
Yeah.
Did you let them know that you were going to be you might have the chance of going on the streak that you're on at the moment, but did you kind of let them on the business like, I think I might be winning it tonight?
Yeah, so when they saw that I had a title match coming up on June 2019, I think, and they were like, oh, are you gonna win it? Are you gonna win it? I told them no. I told my mom, oh nah, cause you know, cause I'm still fresh, but they're gonna build my character off that loss, you know. So my mom's like, that's stupid, man. That's stupid. They should have put you in the title match if like they do you like that. He goes, oh no, so it's alright. At least I'm in the title match. That's cool. And so all my family came. Even my dad came. That was a real cool moment. And once I took that pin 1, 2, 3, it was loud ass, man. Everyone stood up and stuff. And I immediately saw my mom, and I knew I had to go hug her and stuff. Yeah. So that was honestly one of the highlights in my wrestling career so far. So yeah, it was a good special moment for me. Yeah.
Cause you're still on that undefeated. Are you still on your undefeated?
Oh no.
Oh, so when did you? Well, you lost the belt, eh?
Yeah, I lost IPW.
But you won it back. You won it back again, or
yeah. So I lost it August 1st last year.
Yeah. How long were you there? I think because you went on this. I remember seeing your streak. Yeah. And you'd been undefeated for.
Yeah, I don't know how many days, but apparently about 800. Yeah. But then I lost it to Jake Sheehan in August, and then won it from Jake Sheehan and Cam in December that year. So and then ever since then, champ.
Wow, that's me, man. Because like, do you see? How's the wrestling scene looking at the moment, though?
It's actually it's growing. You know, it's growing.
Did you see the progression when you first started and then?
Yeah, man.
And now it's like a big step up.
Massive difference from when I started. Cause I remember setting up for shows. You know, we're doing good, you know, but I think I don't know how it changed. I think ever since we started working together with SPW, and then Tohinai started Warrior Wrestling, and everyone started knowing about wrestling and stuff. So yeah, it's been growing like rapidly, but yeah. It's looking good, you know, but it's not where we want to be yet. But I reckon with Warrior Wrestling and stuff, I reckon it's gonna help us, or it's gonna boost us up with exposure to people outside of New Zealand to know that we exist and stuff. So it's gonna be real cool. Yeah, Tohinai has a massive plan for New Zealand wrestling. And yeah, I actually can't wait to see how it's gonna go. And it's been going real good so far, like especially with SPW. Like their crowds have been non-stop, at least 300, 400. Yeah, their crowds are massive.
Damn.
Yeah.
And that's all down in Queenstown?
No, so SPW is based in Chicago, but
Yeah.
once a year they go to Queenstown.
Yeah.
Because man, they're crazy, man. They're loud, that crowd, man. Can't wait to get Queenstown. It's beautiful. So. Yeah, man.
So when's that card?
April 3rd. During, I think is that the Easter weekend?
Yeah.
I think you're right.
April is 3rd or 7th?
You just gotta keep bringing Jacinda until it don't.
Oh man,
Take
I
it down a
hope,
little.
man.
Yeah, because Friday is 2nd of April.
Yeah, 3rd of April, yeah.
So you main eventing that?
I think so. Yeah, I think so because I have the title match with Slade Mercer.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's been traveling around the world, so that's gonna be a mean match.
Damn.
Yeah, one of my dream matches as well.
Mm-hmm.
And next Saturday, I'm going. I got the IPW title against Niwa. He's a Kiwi here, and he's been traveling to Mexico and UK and that.
Oh.
Yeah, so
See, Mexico, their style.
their
lucha.
style.
Yeah.
Their style is the
People
lucha.
when they think of Mexico, they think of Nacho Libre. Nah, man, they one's more athletic. Hey, there's a lot more hurricanranas and all that kind of stuff. But that style is also, it's
Yeah,
funny
man.
because it sounds like, because when you talk about wrestling in Mexico, they're crazy. They're just as crazy, eh?
Yeah, man.
You know, I mean, I hope we get to that stage because I think Mexicans, they're kind of like islanders too. We love the theatre. We love theatrics and people going overboard and hey.
But that one's when you think of Mexican wrestling, because they're so like into it, they'll make any makeshift ring and go jam on it.
Yeah. Well, that's crazy how like the wrestling's different in different parts of the world. They're so cool. Now, have you ever thought about and I hope with the way that COVID is, have you ever thought about taking the show to Samoa? Because I know wrestling.
That'd be cool, eh?
How cool would that be? Because I guarantee every Samoan
Everyone,
because they like. When I was in Thailand, they were playing wrestling during the my aunties did that. Wait, you'd hear them watching, and I was just cracking up.
Oh, the adults love wrestling. Did your parents love wrestling before you?
Yeah, that's how I got into wrestling because my dad was watching WWF.
Yeah.
And then the first time I ever saw wrestling was seeing Kane, and immediately he became my favorite wrestler ever. I remember just turning on the TV and channel surfing and stopped at WWF, and then I just looked and I saw Kane walk down the ramp and it was all red. Mean ass muscles, bro. That's when I got hooked.
Yeah.
That's when I was like, man, I want to be just like him, man. And ever since then I wanted to be a pro wrestler because of Kane. Yeah.
Was there any other wrestlers just Kane, or was there anyone else you thought I like his style, I like to wrestle like him?
Yeah, it was always just Kane. Like how as a kid, every cartoon that's me. You only stick to that one person. Like in Dragon Ball Z, Trunks, that's me. Oh, here I go. For wrestling, it was Kane. Like there was no second, no third. But growing up, watching it as a teenager back in high school. Roman Reigns, seeing Roman Reigns first.
Yeah.
Yeah, he became one of my favorites. And also Triple H. I really liked his work, man.
Triple H guy, yeah.
Yeah.
It's funny because like I watched. Man, I'm like you. My first exposure to wrestling was. I remember like staying up late when I was young, like early, but I was like, oh, what's that? It looks like boxing. But then my uncle, so after church, one Sunday we came home, and my uncle was there. He goes, oh, I got these tapes from Australia, and it was WrestleMania 3, bro, and like you can't have any greater like introduction to wrestling
than
WrestleMania 3, because if you think about it, that's still the greatest, to me, the greatest WrestleMania, because it's got the Hulk, Andre the Giant fight. It's got the British Bulldogs on there.
And it had Slam, Andre the Giant.
Yeah. But it's also got, like, to me, because the best, and all the best had Can-Am Connection with myself. And I remember me and my brother, we were like, I was hypnotized, right? And then I watched Ricky Steamboat, Macho Man fight, and I thought, and they talk about like that being one of the greatest fights ever, the greatest intercontinental fight. And I remember like, get the hell out of here, man. This is the great. I remember going to school writing about it.
Oh, true.
Yeah, and that's how I remember. And I fell in love with wrestling then. Me and my older brother, and it's kind of funny because my brother's always been an older brother, then he kind of got my younger brother, and so we've always been. Like if we've kind of gone away from it, we've always been drawn back because that's what wrestling does. It's, one thing about wrestling, it's like soap operas, like Shortland Street. Like you can kind of fall off a storyline. And you come back and the storyline's still going, or it's taking it's going on to this bit, but it's still connecting to the story. But what way I think wrestling really appeals to people. You can go Marlon Law for a little bit and go, he's still
that'll take you back. Man, I remember this one time because when wrestling didn't come on TV at all, and plus we didn't have Sky, that's when I forgot about wrestling for a bit, and then when my dad took me to Civic one time, and then I saw wrestling tapes. I was like, oh man! I was like WWE. I was like, I was looking through like the back. I was like, I can't see it. Kane. I was like, yo, I'm taking this. But man, there was this one time. I fell off it again because I was into some other stuff, and then we finally got Sky, and then I was just going through the channels, and then I saw wrestling again. I saw WWE. I was like, oh man, it's WWE. And then, oh man, this broke my heart, man. So I was watching this match. I don't know. It was Snitsky versus this tall, bold dude. And I was just watching. I was like, wow, this is cool. What a throwback. And I was like, oh, there goes Kane. I'm like, and I was like,
so you missed the big reveal.
I was like, who's Kane? I'm like, who's Kane? He goes, there goes Kane with the Samoan slam. I'm like, no, that's his face. That's his face. I was like, I honestly went to the internet. I was like, Kane revealed mask. And I saw the freaking. I was like, oh man, that's what he looks like. That honestly broke me, man. I was like, and me and my brother's like, that's Kane. I'll take his brother. He goes, yo man, like, oh no. They took his mask off. Man, I was broken, man.
That's the thing, like when you have those moments. I remember when I watched WrestleMania 6. When Ultimate Warrior, I think it was when he beat Hulk Hogan.
Oh yeah.
So I cried. Man, for real, so I thought, no, Hulk Hogan, he can't do so. He's a warrior. And when he had him and he kicked out, I went, nah. And then when I saw, like, because I've never liked Ultimate Warrior.
Oh, true.
Because when you watch wrestling, when you watch guys like when you watch the Ricky Steamboat fight, you watch Bret Hart, they talk about how fights they got storylines. They got stories. Like when they're fighting, there's a story to it. What's a warrior? You know what he's going to do. He's going to shake the rope. He's going to run around for a little bit. He's going to try to close on. He'll just stand there. Like you know. Come on, man, give the guy a chance at least. Take a bump here and there. But he wasn't, and that's why. That's not what wrestling's like, because it's supposed to be back and forth.
Was he not the fastest count? It was Dino Bravo.
Yeah, he
ran in,
came in.
freak out, and went and ran out. It was like over.
Was this The Rock?
Ultimate Warrior.
Oh, true.
Yeah, one of the early days.
Oh, yeah.
But like, that's what the thing about wrestling. Like, you get really involved with your character. Yeah, man. After that, I went.
Man, I remember when I was in primary school. That's when I first watched wrestling. When wrestling used to come on free on TV2.
Oh, true.
Superstars of wrestling.
Yeah.
But you get all the main wrestlers fight just the
jobbers. They called jobbers.
Oh,
yeah. Just to showcase this.
Yeah.
So guys, like I remember the funniest character was to me was that Mr. Perfect.
Oh,
he had all these skits. But you never saw him fight.
Yeah.
He had all these skits.
Yeah.
Mr. Perfect.
Kurt Hennig.
Perfect.
Yeah.
And then he actually fought it. And he won every.
Yeah.
He won every match.
Record.
Perfect record.
Yeah.
But who did he lose to?
I think it was Ultimate Warrior.
Oh,
yeah. So what I mean, man.
What's the worry coming?
So that was cool because he was coming from AWA. So Kurt Hennig, he was coming from there. So all the wrestling people, they knew who he was.
Yeah.
But he came. But his gimmick was me because everything he done was perfect. Like when there was a skit,
the skits of playing golf.
Yeah.
Like playing golf and he just perfect.
Yeah, I see one of those promos and he shoots a hoop or something.
Yeah. Right. The best one was when he's at he throws the football and he catches it on the other end and he goes like this, simply perfect. Mostly spots. I look back on it, mate, I think that's a good cut. My God, so he's perfect and fast as well. Yeah, man. But that's how they get you, eh?
Yeah.
And I thought, man, they played that well because you never saw him wrestle, but they just kept building. Every week they put a new clip. And you're like, man, I can't wait till they get this guy to come out. And he came out, done his perfect pecs. So he was like a suplex, but he got the
hook the leg.
Hands, yeah.
Freak out on the holding him.
So the cradle, it was mean. Yeah, he was a man. He was a man. Like I wish that they could have done him justice because he was the man. Like he came over, he was one of the big signings that the WWF had back in the days. It's funny how it's changed the way.
Yeah, man.
But when I was a kid, like primary school, like wrestling was number one. Like everybody at school come talk about the wrestling. And we watch and everyone do the moves at lunchtime. And it got so bad, or so popular and bad that we at our assembly, the principal came and said ban wrestling.
Man.
No one's allowed to do wrestling at school. It's like a rule now. A school rule in our primary school.
So you guys ruined it. You guys ruined it for us.
I think that's why TV2 had to put the thing in the beginning, like warning.
Oh
Try this, kind of warning stuff.
Yeah.
But now I remember like those events were my favorite times. Like you had the WrestleMania to start the year.
Yeah.
And then you had SummerSlam. And then you had all these different events like Survivor Series. But my favorite was the Royal Rumble.
Yeah.
Does New Zealand, do you guys do those events?
Yeah.
Things? Royal Rumble and all those kind of stuff?
Yeah, so IPW we call it the Eliminator and then SPW is the Southern Rumble. Yeah. So that's always an exciting event to be in.
So that's the one you're going to, eh? You're going to Southern Rumble. Is that the April the 3rd one? Or?
Oh no, that's just the SPW show in Queenstown. Yeah, called the WrestleFest. Yeah, but Southern Rumble's it's an annual thing, just like Eliminator with IPW. Yeah, it's always an exciting time whenever those events come around because a lot, like fans for Royal Rumble. Yeah, they always come to it because they just love the whole idea of people, a lot of people in the ring.
I remember when it first came out, because back in the days when they used to show it here, we were like a month behind.
Oh, true.
Yeah, so we were like I knew WrestleMania 4 had already happened. Yeah. Because my brother had the magazines, but they were showing us the build up like a month ago.
Oh yeah.
I'm like, I already know this. I'll act like I don't know. But when they had the concept of Royal Rumble, I thought, how cool is that? Because it's kind of like.
But they had it before in WrestleMania.
No, but there's a battle royals. But that's all 20 men. That's all 20. All at the same time. Yeah, but the one where you've got. Like you're waiting there till the next guy comes, it's kind of like like the Warriors say, the movie, the Warriors, like, oh man, I'll take a last man standing, So I kind of like Borush, you got to be the last guy to make it. So that's when that came out, and the first one came off. This will work, you know.
Yeah, man.
And I think the cool thing about WWE is that every show or every main event that they have like that, they've all seemed to come off.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because they've got that. They've got Royal Rumble. They've got SummerSlam.
Yeah.
They've got Fastlane. That's the other one. That's a lead up to WrestleMania.
Yeah.
How's it called?
Fastlane.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's, when I saw it come out, that's just trying to make a bit more money off that.
Yeah. Trying to make full build up.
That's right. Hey, because remember, it's Royal Rumble then
WrestleMania.
Then WrestleMania.
Yeah, they used to be like that.
Yeah, and then I used to
Yeah.
like the build up because,
Yeah.
but then I was like, oh, they're just trying to make some money now.
Now they got Elimination Chamber, then Fastlane.
Yeah. You know the stick thing is, like, one of my, like me and my brother, younger brother, we always say, man, we gotta get to a WrestleMania before
Oh yeah, man.
before we leave the surf, because if you see like the last 3 or 4 WrestleManias that had crowds, so man, every person coming up, they were just like that ramp, it's like a massive ass screen TV, it's like, and like you see them coming up and all the people there, you think, man, I've gotta get there one day, eh? Is that one of your? Is that on the bucket list for you?
Yeah.
Hopefully you might be performing there one day. That's the.
Nah, yeah, man. WrestleMania is it's always been a goal for me to attend and stuff. Have you guys ever been to a live event in New Zealand?
I've been to 3.
Oh, nice.
Did WWF come here?
Yeah.
They came here for a show.
So me and my younger brother and my nephew, we drove down to when they first had the show down at Westpac Stadium, and Randy Orton was main eventing.
Yep.
Yeah. So this was about 2009, maybe 2010. Yeah. And then we've been to both at Victor Arena, the one when Roman Reigns and that came.
Oh, that one.
Yeah,
You were there.
yeah.
Oh, me too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Good seats, man.
Oh, real?
Yeah, so I took my nephews and nieces.
Yep.
Man, the kids. That's what I love. Because you see them like, screaming, kill him, kill him. I'm like, yeah, man. And then afterwards they eat and they. Because they've used every bit of energy to scream and
man, that was a mean show.
It was awesome, man.
John Cena was there too. I was like, oh man.
And it was funny because I was waiting for the Cena sucks, all that, but nah. They love John Cena.
I think we all cheered for everyone because like, man, as like Kiwis, we're like, man, all these guys were in TV.
Yeah.
So,
and now they're in front of us, eh?
Like even those ones we booed through TV, we're like,
Yeah.
Wow, Braun Strowman's
massive,
bro. When you walked out there, we're like, the man's
Yeah.
Oh.
I don't think people realize that these guys are. And the way they move, these guys are really athletic.
Man.
They're not the big, like, not back in, like, big, what's his name, Khalid or whatever. Head on the head one. These guys, they're making bumps, they're falling off the top of the, like, the floor and all that kind of stuff. Yeah, I've been to all the shows here. Yeah, man.
It's an unbelievable experience.
It is. And when we're talking about WrestleMania, you think, man, I really enjoyed that. And then you think, man, imagine being at WrestleMania.
Yeah, man.
And the one thing about WrestleMania is they're always going to have like 2 or 3 reveals,
Yeah, man.
And then you want to be there for one of those. The one when the Hardy Boys came back?
Yeah, for that ladder match thing? Oh,
man. Because when New Day came out, I remember
Yeah.
watching it because me and the kids were watching it. And then New Day came out and they were like, oh, are they the... Because, they were... And I thought, oh, what? Are they going to fight or no? And then when you hear the first couple of bars of the music, the Hardy Boys, they're like, oh, man. Yeah, it's about to get real, man. But that's the thing about WrestleMania. They have this kind of story, and people love it. Yeah.
That's so good, man.
Yeah. Now that's the one thing about like, it's how well it's done is because every storyline is focused towards WrestleMania.
Yeah.
So you've got to be.
And it resolves.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah,
so exactly.
Yeah, man.
So after that, a new a new lineage or new line starts,
Yeah,
you know, because
new stories.
they finish that at WrestleMania. That's all that beef was squashed, or whoever got crossed. You know, we've got a new champ now. Let's go. You know.
Yeah.
So that's what I love about wrestling, because people don't know that. They don't know that they've got writers. They've got like people sitting there coming up with all these storylines, and they've got to be try and be original, or they've got to try and keep you on the edge of your seat, or be
Yeah.
So what's that controversial one storyline that involved Bret Hart and
that's
Shawn Michaels.
yeah, that's the
Shawn
Montreal
Michaels,
The Montreal Screwjob.
yeah.
So was that a case of a storyline going haywire or going
Well, that one was because
turning into real or something?
yeah.
Yeah.
So that was so Bret Hart was the champ, and so they went to he had signed with WCW, and Vince didn't want him to take the belt over to WCW, and so him and because they were fighting in Bret's home country, you know, he was like.
He didn't want to lose.
Yeah, he didn't want to lose. And Bret was like, "No, I'm not. You know, I'll hand the belt over. But just let me win here in my home country." Hey, and then and him, Shawn Michaels, and the ref, they yep, of course, you know. And so they talked before. Okay, we're gonna do this. I'm gonna do my move on you, you know, and then but you pull me over, and then you pin me. And then Shawn Michaels was like, yeah, of course. Yeah.
I never happened that.
Never. So he put him in the what's his move?
Sharpshooter.
Sharpshooter.
Yeah.
And then the ref.
Then Vince McMahon came in.
Yeah, Hefner.
Yeah.
Oh wait, what's his? Yeah, he just came and he goes, and Vince McMahon came and goes, ring the bell.
Ring the bell,
then,
as in like he tapped, as
Yeah,
Brett tapped
yeah,
out, like did it.
Yeah.
And Brett saw Vince come to like in the match.
Yeah.
So you see Brett trying to get out of it, like
Because he
get out
knows
of the
what's coming
sharpshooter.
in. Yeah.
Man.
Right, and then he walks over to Vince McMahon and he spits on his face.
A massive goal.
Yeah.
Spit, bro.
Yeah.
Oh.
That's what I love about wrestling, man. When the real life comes into the storyline.
And then Brett goes to the camera. W.
Yeah. That's right. Yeah. And he went smashed all the screens in there with the sign and nothing. But you know, he's the man. Shawn Michaels, oh man. Oh man. He's like Bali. Wow, what? Man, how could you do this, man? The man was in on it the whole time.
Even The Undertaker was angry at Vince.
Yeah,
like he went backstage and told Vince, you better sort this out because that was not cool.
Yeah.
And Vince was on his way to Brett's locker room, eh?
Yeah.
And then Brett told Vince he said he's gonna take a shower.
Yeah.
If he comes back out of the shower and he still sees Vince, he's gonna punch him in the face.
Yeah.
And Vince waited there until he finished his shower and he came out and he just
knocked him out, eh?
I was like, holy snap. I actually didn't know about this until, because Mikhail.
Yeah.
He illustrates these stories. And
Oh,
stuff.
okay.
Yeah. And on one of I think we had an Armageddon show, and he had his whole stand to sell his books and stuff, and we're on break, so we got to chill and stuff. So I was just sitting next to his stand, just chilling, and I was just looking at I just grabbed one of his books. I was reading, and I was reading the Montreal Screwjob.
Oh, true. I'm trying to get a copy of that.
Yeah, and that's when I was like, Michael, did this really happen? He goes, yeah, you don't know about it. He goes, no, I don't know anything before, like, back then, you know?
Yeah.
It's like, Dad, this is crazy. He goes, yeah, that actually happened.
Yeah.
I was like, whoa, that's it,
Well, because the other part was because WCW, they were slowly
coming up.
Yeah.
And like WWE.
Because they already took Hulk Hogan and a Macho Man.
Yeah, those guys were, they were going to turn up there too.
Mm-hmm.
But the thing is, they had this documentary called Monday Night Wars. It was between, WWF Raw and WCW Nitro.
Monday Nitro.
And they were getting carved up, man. Hey, they were getting carved up in the ratings, man. And then the Attitude Era happened,
Yeah, bro.
And then that's when Stone Cold and The Rock,
that's the best.
You can see why Vince is loyal to those guys because they saved them, bro. Because WCW had Diamond Dallas Page, but they had Goldberg
Oh
Yeah, and
that's the
Goldberg,
one. That was a major.
He was on a streak like your streak, man. You know, he was unbeatable.
Yeah.
You know, and then that was one of their. They were carving them up in there.
And who's the other guy with the long hair, the white face?
Sting.
Oh yeah. See, they had those guys.
Yeah.
And they had Scott Hall, Kevin Nash, and Hollywood Hogan.
Yeah.
You know that. You know, NWO were hot, man. When they came out, like they were getting all the.
Hated them.
Yeah. You know, you look back at it now, like, man, I think that's what really made wrestling like added more life to them.
Yeah.
Because if they'd gone, I mean, you know, WWF, they had Doink the Clown, they had this robot dude. I'm like, what? What's going on? Like watching a cartoon, you know. And if it wasn't for Shawn Michaels and this guy's turning it around, you know. Probably why wrestling is what it is now, eh?
I guess they needed it too, the whole actual rivalry.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, the competition, man.
Yeah. Well, I hope. Yeah, man. I hope that's what happens here with you guys, man. Because because that's only healthy rivalry is always good for you. Hey, good competition.
Yeah. I think that only happened if they were to decide, if you started in this promotion, you stay in that promotion.
Oh yeah.
If they did that, and he goes, okay, you wanna compete?
Yeah, that would be No. I guess at this stage, because you're still
because we're
still growing.
We like with the better promotions, but we still all work together under New Zealand Wrestling. New Zealand Wrestling, NZ dub.
Yeah.
See that if they did that, like you said, if they like just restricted everyone, all the wrestlers stick to their promotions under contract, you know, that will create creativity between each promotion. Like you have to compete with each other now, and then that means you've got to think of new ways to.
Well, I think we've just started a storyline. Because to pretend like hate, because you know the other thing is, when you start hating on other promotions, people are going to, their loyalty things are, well, I was IPW anyway. I want to go over there and you guys suck. You know, and then all it's going to get is you build all these people, and then when you finally have the WrestleFest and you know the champion from each thing comes, bro, you're bringing in 5 different crowds all at once, man, you know? Because
see, that's a good You know, if IPW, do you get involved with the storylines and stuff like that?
What do you mean?
Do you get involved with the story? Like, do you know how the storylines come about with the?
So those are created by what we call bookers.
Yeah.
So who like the bookers? They book the storylines and stuff. Like we get to have our own saying in it. We can always come up with our own ideas and pitch it to them and see how they see if they like it and whatnot. But yeah, so far I've been just going with whatever they've been wanting from me. Yeah, because I still see like I said, I still see myself as a rookie. You know, like I don't feel like I have that kind of authority to say, oh hey, I have this idea. You know, like even though they do want me to pitch in some of my ideas. I'm just going with the flow, and so far they've been looking after me with my character and whatnot. Yeah, all the promotions that I've been working with, they've been looking after me with where they think my character will go best and stuff. So yeah, and I've been really enjoying it the whole time. There's not one time with any promotion that I've worked with where they would book me in a storyline and I'll be like, oh, I don't know about that.
Yeah.
I don't know. I've been just, oh, yo, me.
Yeah.
Me.
Are you saying any problem was like if they booked you and they told you to come out like with like bondage gear or something? I might have an issue with that one. I kind of like these guys from Dodgeball or something. But
I guess the storylines have to be different because it's not like IPW's on TV every week to tell a story on the platform like that. So the stories need to be some made so that the audience that are there live can understand quickly right in there. Like it's not like a to be continued because how do you know they're gonna come the next sort of thing. So
that's why we make like. Because we're not weekly, so we're only monthly, so that's why every match or every show is a title match. You can't just have a non-title match unless they put you in put the champ in the tag, just for a different kind of, just a different angle, something different.
I was just thinking now like we do have social media. like
Yeah.
He's
IPW
big
could
on.
jump on
Yeah.
Facebook, Instagram, and do your interviews, do your skits
Yeah.
on there, and then build up for the live event.
Yeah.
Like, that could be on YouTube.
Yeah. Yeah. We have LPW and SPW. They all have their YouTube channels and they always upload their promos and stuff, our promos and stuff, to just keep the fans updated on what's going on. And, yeah, social media's been a helpful outlet for us wrestlers, especially for us independent wrestlers. Because with the first time ever that SPW invited me to their show, I was like super excited because I had been keeping an eye on them when I was just with IPW at the time. And when they invited me to come do a match in one of their shows, I was like real excited. And I think that was the first time I was more excited than I was nervous for a match. Because all my matches I was always more nervous than excited. But this one I was more excited because, man, SPW's been doing really good and they've been growing like real fast down in South Island and stuff. And social media helped me in a massive way where the fans down in South Island, they
knew about you?
Yeah, they knew about me from IPW and Facebook and that. So they got an idea. Like when SPW put up on social media that Jamie Tagataese is gonna debut in SPW, man, there was a lot of like positive reaction.
Oh,
like
awesome.
people were like, oh, I can't wait! I've been wanting to see this guy in person. Da da da. I'm like, oh yes, like that's a good hit start for me, you know. And going through this credits to SPW for my debut, they really did welcome me and stuff, which was real cool. And man, the fans over there are like, they're loyal, man.
Yeah.
They're loyal to SPW, man. All the things the kids come up with, man. There's this kid Riley PSA. He actually makes replicas of our championships.
Damn.
Yeah, like he's so loyal to not only SPW but into wrestling, man. That he collects all these figures and stuff, and he makes his own like merch that's like his favorite wrestlers and stuff. Yeah, he's actually it's funny because I think the time I won the SPW title, but I didn't have the IPW title because I lost it the week before. But I was scheduled for a rematch that December that year. But I was in SPW and after the show we talked to the fans and stuff, we chill with them. And then I had the title and I was talking to Riley, oh, it's nice to meet you again, bro. And he's like, oh, so does this mean if you win the IPW title you're gonna have 2 belts? And I was like, yeah, that would mean I'll have 2 belts. That's gonna be pretty cool, hopefully, man, hopefully. And then he was like, so what's gonna be your nickname? Because you remember Becky Lynch?
Yeah.
When she had 2 belts.
Yeah.
They called her Becky 2 belts.
Oh,
kind of
okay.
like a nickname that sounded pretty cool. And I was thinking along, like I was trying to think of an alliteration, like I don't know, big 2 belts, big man or something like that. And he goes, and then Riley Pierce, this kid, he goes, how about 2 titles Tagataese?
Oh.
And then I was like, that's cool, lads, bro. TTT, I love it.
Triple T.
Yeah, bro, triple T.
Yeah.
And I was like, bro, can I take that? He goes, yeah, that actually makes sense. I'm like, bro, thanks, man.
Oh, man.
And I was like, yeah, man, if I win the IPW, I'm totally gonna use that, man.
Yeah.
So yeah, ever since then, I'm like, 2 Tagataese.
Yeah.
And then the first time I promoted that hashtag, I was like, after this December, you can call me the hashtag 2000.
Yeah.
And Riley Pierce commented, he goes, that's a mean name. He goes, all credit to you, brother. I was like, cheers, little man. Yeah.
You know the cool thing now, and about wrestling. So we've talked about people giving you the side eye when you say that.
Yeah.
Pop culture is huge now. So when it comes from anime to collectible, see, like there's a big explosion in collecting basketball cards and that.
Yeah.
Wrestling's another thing. Like wrestling is pop culture as well.
Yeah.
And the cool thing is that I don't want to use but geeks or not geeks, but people that like that stuff.
Yeah.
It's not. To me, it's not frowned upon anymore. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's like you can proudly say, yeah, man, I watch wrestling. You know, and if anyone says, oh, you don't know. You know, you can. And the cool thing about wrestling is it's guys from Riley to ko ingas and all that. It's something that everyone can get into.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like not like sport, like if rugby. You're either gonna like rugby,
Yeah.
but you've got to understand all the intricacies of rugby. Like you've got to know the rules. You know, you've got to know a ruck and ball. You know, what's a penalty? What's this? Wrestling, you can just turn up, like watch them. Hey, just do a promo, body slam, or you do a few pins. That's the kind of sport where you can go. Anybody can watch it. Oh, okay. You know, I can escape for the next hour and a half, 2 hours.
Yeah, that's what wrestling is like an escape from reality.
Exactly.
To just really enjoy the moment, you know. Yeah.
Because that's what pop culture. That's what pop culture is about, eh?
Yeah.
It's all those little, those kind of things that aren't mainstream.
Yeah.
But they are mainstream now.
Yeah, yeah.
Because if you look at WWE and all these kind of sports, or WWE, all this wrestling thing, there's a lot of crossover as well.
Yeah.
So if you see AEW with Cody Rhodes and all that, he was on. I saw Shaq was on AEW the other week, eh?
Yeah.
When Cody Rhodes done the when he body drop him off the. Oh, what did he do? I know he done something, drop kicked him or something off the ropes, and I thought, oh, what's Shaq doing? All this crossover's happening again, eh? And you see Cody Rhodes is he's on another one of those talent quest shows in America. And you see all these guys, you see Roman Reigns coming on the movies, you see
Dennis Rodman came on.
Dennis Rodman, and you see Becky Lynch doing her Sports Center.
Yeah.
When she came on, wrestling's.
Yeah, man.
It's not going anywhere.
Yeah.
Hey, and I think the more that it's getting exposed in the mainstream.
Yeah.
Right, it's gonna blow up even more.
Yeah,
and what's out of it is Australia.
Nah, what's out of it is a couple.
Yeah.
I don't know how many people live there.
Yeah.
Maybe thousands.
Remember what they like? Isn't like down Short Island, say the furthest thing, the places, the bottom of the world. You know?
Yeah.
And in Chicago, you can go all the way to the top of, America, all the way to the bottom of New Zealand, man. And wrestling's,
The SPW, they call themselves Wrestling on the Edge of the World.
Oh.
That's a good name for themselves.
That's a cool. That would be a cool gig to fly down for, eh? To just come on. I just want to see these crowds. I just want to see.
Man, they're
or just be part of them,
Yeah, they're real cool, man. Real loyal too. Yeah.
So how many fights are usually on these cards? Like on the IPW or the SPW? Because I know. You know how you like WWE? They've got the dark match, like other matches beforehand, and you've got the main card.
Yeah.
Are they trying to involve everyone from the first fight to the last match, or?
We used to have dark matches, but we just but now we just have the main. We have at least 8 matches.
Yeah.
Yeah, so 4 before the intermission, then 4 afterwards. Yeah, so it's at least 8 matches in our shows. Sometimes we have more than that because some of the matches are squash matches.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's at least 8 for each show. Yeah,
The man.
Yeah, man, it's me.
One thing I forgot to ask you was your first ever fight. After 2017, you finished all your training.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, your debut.
Your debut.
Oh yeah, my debut match.
How nervous were you? If you were nervous, or how, do you remember the first?
Yeah, of course.
Match?
It was January, our first match of 2018.
Mm-hmm.
I was a bad guy because I joined this this kind of political group called the Young Nats.
Oh yeah, I remember. Yeah.
So I
was that real or was that the real Young Nats?
No, they were just like a clique in the
IPW.
They're called the Young Nats.
Yeah,
it's kind of like a national party.
Conservative kind of.
No, but they're real too. There's a real.
They're
proper.
I didn't even know that.
Yeah. Like the youth national party.
So,
because Labour has one as well.
Oh, true.
Youth one.
Yeah.
What's that one called? The Labour one.
I don't know. I was going to say something bad, but.
Yes, there was
stay on the.
There was a story in.
Yes, because So December of 2017, I kind of made my show face debut because the leader of the Young Nats, Mr. Burns, was having a title match with the champ, and he was about to lose until I came in and as his security guard, and the ref was down at the time, and I finished off the champ with my finisher. I got Burns and put him on top, woke up the ref, and then 1, 2, 3, Mr. Burns came in the champ.
Yeah.
So and everyone was like, "Who the hell is this guy?"
Yeah.
That's how I came into the scene.
Oh yeah.
So January 2018, they announced that Mr. Burns' new bodyguard is gonna have his debut match, and it was against this guy named Devin Lockhart. He was like this real, positive hippie dude. He's like, it was the perfect guy for me to get booed, with, I remember that. I remember that match. Going into that match too, I was like real nervous, and because I was in the Young Nats, they were all dressed in suits. Man, I had to wrestle in black cheetahs and a dress shirt, a button up black short sleeve shirt from Palestine's. So it was pretty hard, eh? I was real nervous, but once I came through those curtains with Mr. Burns, I straight away put on a straight face, just looking around us, and everyone's just booing me for what for helping my boss win the title. And I just got straight into character, just like how I do with White Sunday. As soon as it's action, I'm in character and stuff, and I'm doing all these moves. I'm beating up the guy, and I pin him 1, 2, 3, and all my trainers were really happy with that match, especially one of my favorite trainers. His name's Caleb. Caleb Just. He's one of the vets and one of the best pro wrestlers in New Zealand. He said he was really happy with my match and stuff, and it's one particular thing that I didn't know I did, but so I finished off my guy. So the hard cams over there, the main crowd, and I finished it off like this. So it's kind of like, have you seen my finish? Yeah. So I was slamming him like this, so my back's turned around the crowd.
Yeah.
He thought I was gonna pin him like that, but I pivoted 180 I could face the crowd. I didn't even know I did that.
Yeah.
But my body just did that.
Natural.
It was just natural.
Instinct,
it was instant and stuff. And then he told me when I did that, he was like he was just really happy about that. And he was like, "Oh, true, did I do that?" He goes, "Yeah." He goes, "You didn't know?" I was like, "Oh." I was like, "Oh, cool, sweet." I think my body did naturally feel awkward if I were to pin facing the bloody curtain.
Yeah.
So he was just really happy for the match, and that gave me more confidence, and ever since then, man, I just fell in love with being in I just wanted to be in more matches there.
Yeah.
I was like, man, I could have went for another match. I could have went a bit longer. It was very exciting, man. It's like,
So from that match, from your debut to now, when you're in the ring, are you trying to think 2 or 3 moves ahead, or are you at that stage where I'm just gonna work with this guy? It's gonna be instinct now. I know we're gonna do this, or I'm gonna throw him to the ropes, or because in those first days you would have been, okay, what are we?
Develop the chemistry.
Yeah, exactly. Or you're at that point where you call yourself the rookie, but you've been in the game now for 3 years.
Yeah.
You must be at the point where, okay, I'm gonna put on a show for these guys, or I know what to do now.
Yeah. I've definitely improved from where I started, because when I started, I needed to know everything, and honestly, I'm so thankful for White Sunday, because of White Sunday, I honestly feel like because of White Sunday, I've gained the skill of having a great memory. Learning the lines. Man, I always got the main character back in White Sunday, so my lines were paragraphs after paragraphs. There'll be one paragraph and then I'm just going, are you serious? I was like, but anyways, I honestly believe because of White Sunday, my memory is so good. I could memorize a lot of things for a long time, and as the new wrestler, whoever I'm going against, would just go through and I'm like, got it, got it, sweet, and then I'll just catch it. But yeah, so starting off, when I started off, I had to know everything. I had to know every move, where I'd be at this moment and point in time and stuff. But being the more it's all like repetitive stuff. You know, like the more you do it, the more you kind of get the feel of the game and stuff. So yeah, especially now that I've wrestled a lot of veterans.
Yeah.
Man, you gain so much knowledge. Like even just talking with them backstage and stuff, and I've improved. I definitely haven't been. I'm definitely not at that point where I could just look at it. I could just go up to the guy and goes, "You're good. You're sweet." Like wing the whole thing.
Yeah.
Man, there's a lot of veterans that can wing it.
Yeah.
It's like I don't know. I'm not at that point yet.
Yeah.
Like, I can't wing. I can't wing a match, man. That's scary stuff. But I can wing like at least the body of it. But I do kind of have to know the beginning and end.
Yeah.
You know, but the body I can kind of like go with the fly on that one. Yeah, but the beginning and end I had to know. Yeah, but it's scary stuff, man. Like,
must be, man.
yeah, one of my trainers said that some of his favorite matches are the matches that he wins. Like I'm like, nah, I can't do that, man. I can't do that at all, man. But yeah, hopefully, I honestly hope to gain that kind of skill where I could just look at, just meet up with a guy and just like, sweet, you ready? Yeah. What's your moves though? Like you just need to know their moves.
Yeah.
And that's all you need to know. I'm like, fuck. That's some advanced stuff right there, man.
Have you been out due to injury?
No. Yeah, like I have bunged my shoulders, my left shoulder and my right knee, but like they always heal quick.
Yeah. Touch
But
wood. You know?
Huh?
Touch wood. don't do the jinx on you and then the next.
So you know how you said like every month there's an event.
Yep.
Like so, the weeks prior, you're just training.
Yep.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, so we're just training. With Warrior Wrestling, we train Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and then IPW is Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. Yeah, but the advance is only on Tuesday, so I go to the Tuesday ones. But yeah, like
So you full time, or do you work in between, or you just full time training and?
Oh no, like a day job.
Yeah.
Oh no, yeah, I work.
Oh,
I work. I actually work the graveyard, so that really doesn't interfere with with the training times.
So you're working tonight?
Yeah.
Oh, sorry. Okay.
Yeah.
Better wrap this up.
That's all.
It's a little bit of a risk. So you work and just get. When does training start? Is it all in the afternoons though? You don't have any during the day?
No, yeah, it's all in the evenings.
Okay.
Yeah, so 7 to 9.
Yeah.
Yeah, but Warriors like 6:30 to 9 too. Yeah, it's all between those times. Yeah, which is all good because I still get to go home and have a bit of sleep.
Yeah.
Before work. But yeah, no, I'm used to this. To the sleeping patterns. At first, it was just late to work.
Yeah.
So one time I went to work at 4. I was sorry guys. No, but I'm used to it now. So yeah.
It must also help that because you're fit, so you're able to. Or you've got to be fit for.
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
And it's must help with your job because I mean if you're just one of those just sleep on the spot kind of guys because you're not fit or anything, they'll probably count against you.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
I've been doing okay. I guess I'm fit enough.
Yeah.
Yeah, but the lack of sleep does play a part in, like not turning up to training sometimes.
Yeah.
Yeah, sometimes work or like working at the time that I work takes a toll. Sometimes I always try to push myself because I always want to get my workouts out of the way. So I try to go every day after work, but then sometimes it takes a toll where like I wake up late at like 7. I'm like, oh man, train's already started.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, I'm gonna take a miss,
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, I'm trying to be more committed this year because man, I need to start like really grinding, especially now that COVID's made it a bit harder for us to expose ourselves even more overseas, But just guess I just gotta grind harder now here, you know. But yeah.
Have you fought in a cage?
Yeah, last year. December, that's how I got my IPW title back. I was in the triple threat with Jay Sheehan and Cam Kaiba in a steel cage match. Yeah.
How was that?
Oh man, it was brutal way. Man, I get thrown into it, I was like, oh man.
Yeah.
So it was pretty smart how we came up with the cage. So we pretty much just get fences.
Yeah.
We get like 3 fences, like 3 fences like this, and we just chain them together. So that's one side. And we do all 4 sides and stuff. There was this one time I boxed it within the match. I was just really hyped. My 2 guys were down, like bang, bang, goes, let's go, pumping the crowd.
Yeah.
And I punched the cage in. I was like, come on.
Yeah.
And yo, I was like, you stupid idiot. I was like, go home. I was like, oh man. And wrap this up. Yeah, I was like, oh, yeah.
What's that like when, you know, you've got 3 guys in the ring? You know, you've already worked out 1 guy.
Yeah.
And, you know, when you're having a singles match, but now there's 3 of you. So you've got to. What's the timing like when 9?
I guess when you plan, I guess you know when. You,
do you have to put more painting into those ones, or?
I don't think so.
Yeah.
Like, I like triple threats because you know there's spots where all 3 of you fight, but then there's all you gotta have the moments with one, this guy, that guy, me, and then me and that guy. You know, so that means I get to have a bit of break.
Oh, okay.
So they, maybe
these are the guys that are awkward, like they had tied on the rib, like so thanks guys.
No, yeah, like that's definitely what I like about triple threats. Yeah. Just tag team on me. Oh, okay. I just like it. You guys ready? Or maybe let's. Jamie is just fine. It's a lot.
Bro, what's great about this, man? I'm little bro.
Man, you guys move too fast, man.
Oh, man, I'm so excited, and we definitely got to go next week.
Whenever you guys are free, you know.
Yeah.
You should come for a laugh.
I might have to ring that guy, Leafy.
He spends his arm.
He's the one who told me about it, you know. And then he says, you know, he's pretty full on. Well, you know, went to one before, but this was years ago. It was at that primary school on Carrington Road, opposite of Unitech. There's a primary school.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I went to. They had one there, but this was like 2011 or something, 2012, and this was probably about 8 of us or probably. Okay, this is where and now to hear, man, you got SPW, IPW, to hear that these crowds, when you said that like up to 300 people,
man.
That's, you know, only WWE's going to even get close to that in New Zealand, you'd think, but now that our local shows are going to getting those numbers up.
Honestly growing,
Yeah.
There's a training facility here, right? There's a wrestling training nearby here.
Yeah, that's IPW. In Henderson, View Road?
Yeah. Whereabouts? Because View Road to me is just houses.
Well,
So at the top, was it near the roundabout?
yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Near
there's line of panel beaters and stuff.
Yeah.
Oh, there?
Yeah.
Oh, that end. Oh.
Yeah.
I thought, sorry, is it the Headhunters?
Yeah. No, that's across. Yeah. Yeah, sometimes we do our little runs.
Yeah.
And then they're over there like.
Yeah. But yeah, true.
Yeah.
So what's the numbers like for that? You know, you said you've got advanced, because those are the only classes you go to. What are the beginners in that classes? When you do you manage to catch a glimpse of how many people are tuning up to those ones? Or?
Oh no, I haven't been to those classes.
Yeah. So you don't have a gauge on how many people are trying to come into the game, or?
I see them when they come to our shows to help out with the ring and stuff.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, like I see these new faces and I'm like, oh, what's up, man, Jamie? And I'm like, oh, freaking, I'm guessing you're a student. He goes, yeah, at the beginners class. Oh, me.
Yeah.
You know, so I do get a kind of estimate of who's just joined.
Yeah.
Coming up and stuff. So that's pretty cool to know.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, it's real. It's really cool. Having new people. Like I always think to myself, like, man, these. I remember when I first came to my show, like setting up the ring. Like, I mean, we all still set up the ring, but like as one that wasn't wrestling, but just training and helping setting the ring. I was like, oh, wow, that takes me back.
Yeah.
And every time I meet a new rookie,
yeah,
I was like, man, that takes me back. Like, I know it's only been 4 years, but man, I've been like so blessed to have done so much within those years. You know, like it feels like it's gone so fast, but like when I really do think about it, I like, think back all those years, man. I've actually done and been through a lot, which has been really like cool, and I'm honestly grateful for how far I've come and stuff, and it makes me excited for them. You know, like they always ask me questions like, how's it like, is it worth it? And I always tell them, man, it's worth it, man.
Yeah.
Like, even when you think this whole setting up the ring, you know, not getting paid kind of thing, it's like, man, if you're really into it, if you're really passionate about it, you won't see this as a job.
Yeah.
You see this as making your way up, you know, and that's how I did. That's how I looked at it as well when I was a rookie, not doing shows, but just helping out and stuff. But yeah.
Just for the love, eh?
Yeah, man.
Pure love of it.
Yeah, like obviously there was a moment where like it did there was a moment where it did become a bit too much for me, where I was like, man, this, like, the trainings were like a bit hard on my body. Like, even me and my Māori mate, because we're close as with each other when we met there as well. But yeah, we're like starting to we're like messaging each other, and we're like, man, this getting a bit hard, man. And like, even like we used to have Saturday trainings, like the morning trains before we go set up the rings for the show days.
Yeah.
So like that was full on.
Oh,
like,
wow.
Yeah.
So your weekend, your Saturday.
The whole Saturday,
yeah.
And we didn't know that. We're like, man, so the whole Saturday is gone because of these show days. And I was like, yeah, like I don't mind setting up the ring and stuff, but man, the whole Saturday, like, we have to stay throughout the show and then back up the ring and stuff. It's like, yo, man. I was like, nah, but we have to do this and da-da-da. And I think we're kind of second guessing ourselves and stuff. Started to doubt, like, if this, you know, because it was taking a while and stuff, and we were like training hard and stuff, and not by then. When we had our first match, me and my tag team, or me and my mate, we were like, all right, I guess it's do or die, you know, like if we don't feel it out in the ring, then, you know. But man, we went on our first match, we were like, nah, yeah, okay, okay, you want me to sit on the ring? I'll do it twice if you want.
Saturday, I'll be Friday night.
Actually, where's the venue for me for next month? I'll take it there now.
Oh man, now honestly, so I think, man, your story is inspirational, because a big thing that we've come along, all our guests that we've had on, a common theme is because, you know, they've either gone to be a chef, or, you know, they've stepped down in business, and that, and the one reoccurring theme that we have is stepping out in faith, or taking that big leap. And the one when you said, you know, this is all I want to do, you know, I'm going to step out, because, you know, that's not something you hear every day from, or you rarely hear from anybody. You say, I'm gonna take this thing as far as I can. I'm gonna go do the one thing that I am passionate about, and that's one. All our guests say that we've had, on. They're like the same mentality as you. Like, is this all? There's got to be something bigger than this, you know. And that's what's. And your story is exactly like every other, or like most of the guys that we've had on. So that's, for me, that's inspirational, man. And good on you, because
thank you, man.
That's. It's not everything, you know. That's probably something I've written down when I was 9.
Yeah.
I want to be a wrestler when I grow up. But you probably wrote it down, and you're living that life, and that's. I'll give you props for that also, man.
Cheers, man.
And it's back what I was saying, like, for me, when I heard you say, man, I just went on my spare time into the park and did my bumps on the grass.
Yeah.
Those kind of things, you know?
Yes.
That no one sees.
Yeah.
But those things that tell yourself, man, I love this, I need to be better. I need to find my own time to be better at this because I love this.
Yeah.
And then those are the things no one sees.
Yeah.
You're right.
The stuff in the background.
The extra things.
Yeah.
You know, even your coach don't see. Even the people that where you go don't see. You know? And you come and you have that upper hand sort of thing. Like your own personal professional development.
Yeah.
You know, you're doing extra stuff on your own time, so that's when people do that, that's inspiring too. Because it tells people that it's not just listening to a mentor tell you. I mean that's good, but it's what you do after that. What you're gonna do extra.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
So those kind of things. I love hearing those kind of stories.
Yeah.
Cheers, man.
Nah, man, that's real too. Because this guy, like, with the podcast and the networking, this guy does a lot around behind the scenes, and that's a lot of his own time, and that's what I know about. Before there's other guys, they think, well, I done this, and who was the guy? I'm sorry, I forgot his name. What was his first name again? Spencer. Sorry, Spencer. But Spencer, he was like he had a 9-to-5 job too.
Yeah.
And like he was telling us about how he had his first couple of days as a chef, and he didn't know how to what was his first one of his first lessons was how to cut up vegetables and that.
Oh yeah.
And like he remember when we laughed at it because his tutor goes, mate, you're gonna cut your hands off the way you're cutting. So he went and he bought all these gunga like tokekas and all that. And he went home and he just practiced his chop, how to chop, cut and chop vegetables and all that. And he said he went through a whole bag, done that every day. And that's kind of like, like you. And he said, man, I'm gonna look online how to do. What I have to do? I'm gonna have to go to Eastdale and in the middle of the night and we're going, this guy's getting pinned up. There's
a ghost in Eastdale. It's the blue nose. It's the blue nose.
That's that church at the top of Orchard Street from the graveyard. He's beating up this guy, man. He's either Mai or he's getting beaten up.
He's rolling him over. He's rolling him over.
Oh shit, he's getting pinned. But yeah, and that's what that's the one thing I'm picking up is all the little things, It's all they all add up, So, the man, bro. So what, next Saturday?
Yeah, Saturday 20th of this month. Yeah, it's gonna be a massive event, especially with our main event with Niwa, man. Oh, he's a massive Māori dude, eh?
Yeah.
He's the man. Wow. It was he's been traveling all over the world, Mexico and UK and stuff. Yeah, so as soon as he came over back to New Zealand because of COVID, I knew straight away I had to face him, eh? It's gonna be a mean dream match. Yeah.
Where can our listeners buy the tickets?
Just head on to IPW on Facebook or Instagram, and the tickets are on in the link in the bio. And it's doors open 6:30 p.m. at Mount Eden War Memorial Hall. So yeah.
Everyone knows where that is. A couple of socials there.
It's next to KFC, guys.
Yeah, that's right. I think the real question Karen wants to ask is it BYO or like every other social media? But nah, man, awesome,
Thank you, man.
Thanks for coming on board, Jamie. It's been a cool chat, man.
Cheers, man. Thanks for having me, man.
Shut, man.
Thank you.
Shadows. Man, that was bad, man. Honestly.
That was fun, man.
Yeah. Told you, man, you're welcome anytime, man.
Sure.
Actually, we might have to get you come straight back on for when you defend your title.